I think a good candidate for the public relations case would be Bill Chambers because he has a great personality and everything he touches turns to gold. Everything he does will benefit the company and it will bring it to the top, even though he desires a greater salary. But because he wants a greater salary, he'll bring a good job to the company.
I agree with the Bill Chambers decision because I believe that for a company to be successful, everybody in that company has to be able to work together. So Bill Chambers has a great personality and he will show a lot of good leadership skills and the whole company will work together to be successful. Also, his resume has very impressive stories on it and everything he touches turns to gold. So why not take a risk with Bill Chambers? Even though he desires a higher pay, I believe that his experience with life and other jobs will help him make the company more successful.
Okay, I think that Jane Phillips should be the candidate that they should pick to be in their, what is it called, their panel. Because she has like a lot of experience and she's like famous in public relations and she's like known for succeeding and taking people to the top, but she's also, even though like they say like she's difficult to work with, I think that the reason she is so up there is because they were able to get past the fact that she was hard to work with.
I also agree with Jane Phillips because it states in our case that we want someone to pick somebody that's going to take our company to the next level. And Jane Phillips, she's well known, and it says on here that she'll definitely get us from regional to national prominence.
I like Scott Jameson. He's already employed by the company with 10 years under his belt. He knows the company like the back of his hand, and the company knows his work ethic. So with him, you get immediate production with him knowing what he already needs to do, and you don't need to train him. With these other candidates, you have to spend about 2 weeks to a month training these people what the public relations chair needs to do.
Just like Scott, I would choose Lin Chun for the same reasons. He's also employed in the company, and he's actually recommended by the founder of the company. And the company believes that he is capable of handling the PR position. And since he has a lot of experience as being a manager from his previous job, I think his experience will show. So it's either Bill Chambers or Scott James.
Oh, okay.
Jane Phillips.
So Bill Chambers or Jane?
Between Bill, Jane, Scott, and Lynn.
Okay, so who votes for Bill?
I disagree with the Scott decision because I feel like he's worked for the company for 10 years already and he'll make the company stay the same. And you need change to make a company grow. So Bill Chambers is new and has no experience, so he has fresh ideas that nobody has.
I definitely don't agree with Scott Jameson either, because he also has sexual advances towards his female colleagues. And if a female were to report him to HR, then he would be in serious trouble, and he wouldn't be getting out of it because he might be a top executive or something, but HR will probably bring him down.
What I don't like about Bill Chambers is he has a lack of credentials. If I'm going to hire somebody, I want someone with a solid resume that has skills that pertain to the job that I'm hiring for. And another thing is he's asking too much. He's asking for 30% more than what I'm willing to pay. That 30% could be increased revenue to the company instead of me paying 30% towards him, who doesn't even have the credentials of what I'm looking for.
I agree. Bill, you're paying him more for a risk. It says that like he's been given, or everything that he touches turns into gold, but you don't know whether if you give him the public relations job, if that he's gonna touch it. If it's gonna turn into gold or it's gonna be a complete disaster. And Scott Jameson, I also disagree with him because basically, if he goes and messes around with another female colleague or something like that, that's a public relations disaster within your company. You know what I'm saying? So I think Jane is best for the job. Even though she's difficult to work with, like, she's well known in the public relations area, and she's probably been looked at by other companies too. She's like the next best thing out there. You know what I'm saying?
Don't have to cut it because the thing's melted.